Good morning to D Money's Rich Stag, Dang Driver, Real Nobody Zero. Nick Gressler, good morning, everyone. We're going to be doing some Snak Air ops. Excuse me. We're going to be testing the new AMD PC with X-Plane now. Reasons to flag. Oh, Snak, good morning. St. Wolfric 777 with you. Yes, we've been testing for days on the P3D, and now it's time to test the new AMD build on X-Plane from Laminar Research. So I think the first flight will be from Jackson Hole over to Idaho Falls. Both of those are Snak Air airports. Yes, we own Jackson Hole now. We're in debt, but we kind of own Jackson Hole. It's in our name, but we have a lien against it. Of course, we own Idaho Falls. We're going to be taking 5 passengers over to Idaho Falls, and we're going to have to get up above those beautiful Tetons over there. 55 frames right now in the sim, which seems like it's a little higher than what I'm used to in this plane, in this scenery, in this environment, but we'll test the frames on our way over to Idaho Falls. C206 Stationaire, good morning. Of course, his name after this bird after his name. Jesse Bella, the AMD PC on P3D is fantastic. The only time that I've had a little bit of an issue was last night. A little bit of a frame hit coming into Dallas-Fort Worth, but there was a lot of VATSIM traffic. I do need to fix my VATSIM traffic, my CSLs, of my model matching, because it was not working last night. But other than that, we're getting some fantastic frames. It seems really smooth, and I'm super happy. Makes you want to fly your 182. There you go. What should I entitle your FSE airline? Gressler Airlines, of course. All right, let's go in here. I am using my Real Sim Gear G1000 hardware panel. And let's go ahead and put in a route. I'm going to hit the flight plan button. And I'm going to rotate this down. And we're just going to go direct. Kilo, India, Delta, Alpha. And we'll do that. And then the flight plan out. Of course, we can change our range. As you can see, it's just a southwest flight. Not too long, not too distant. How was that, by the way? Unfortunately, I had to miss Texas flying and went to a block party. It was a lot of fun. I took off out of Bush in Houston and up to DFW in the NGXU. A lot of power. I was flying the power set livery. A lot of power traffic. Max was flying in and his crew. It was a lot of fun. We only had one delay vector. Maybe 2 delay vectors, just small deviations for entrail spacing. And then we got sequenced in for 1.7 center. So, yeah. 129 hours in the logbook. Well done, well done. Yeah, Jesse, having a good Sunday so far. It's always good to see a little 4-year-old doing some dancing. It's kind of fun. Doesn't hurt to have a little hammer time. Okay, we'll turn on the sound because I had that off for the intro here. A little bit of sound. A little bit of sound. I should probably change my X-Plane input to a different one. But we'll see how this goes. Release the parking brake. By the way, we had another small earthquake yesterday in Utah. A little crazy. There's the prop. And we'll go 1 notch of flaps. See if we can get moving here. Shame on me, a student pilot with 100+ hours. No, that's 129 hours of being in the clouds. I'm envious. Definitely envious. All right, wind here is calm, so we're gonna take off to the south. This is GPB's Jackson Hole. And like I say, I'm super excited that we own this airport now. There's a lot of activity going on. I'm gonna readjust my cockpit view there. Pretty much guarantee I'm the only Cessna on Twitch right now. But I figured it was time for some X-Planes, some general aviation, some Snak air. Have you soloed yet, Nick? Okay, taxiing down to the runway. Greece had a 5.7 yesterday. That's exactly what we had yesterday. Or sorry, a couple days back. It was exactly a 5.7, and boy, it was about 8 miles from me, and it shook the house like no tomorrow. It was crazy. You guys have heard me talking about it. I think after this flight, we might jump in the Citation Mustang and do a test of that. And then after that, we'll move into a tube. So we'll go 206, and then we'll go Citation Mustang, and then I'll have to pick a tube. And I don't know if that tube will be in X-Plane or P3D. Iowa Scotsman, good morning. You've soloed 19 hours of PIC time. Very nice. Well, it's just a matter of time then. You'll get it. That's awesome that you soloed. Turn the outside volume down a tad ski. We could try some 757 redemption, especially with the new, especially with the fact that we were using an ancient smart copilot config. I would be up for that, D-Monies. Absolutely. In fact, there's a big, real possibility that I'd actually be up for that before the Mustang flight. I don't know what your timing's looking like with the Sunday fam plans, but I'm down with that. Whoa, slow down. Test them brakes. Woo. All right, 55, 60 frames right there. Really fluid. I think I'm going to do an intersection departure. 1 week from Thursday is check ride. Oh, cool. Yeah, we'll probably do 757, it sounds like. Depending on what's wife's plan. Okay, I didn't read the rest of the message. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, if I do the Mustang flight first, then maybe that'll work out. You let me know. We're starting up a flight from DFW to Key West, but don't mind stopping. Yeah, it's kind of up to you. What I'll do is after I land in Idaho Falls, I'll check with you and see how it's going. All right, we're gonna come down here and we're gonna hit the transponder button, and I'm gonna squawk VFR. Also gonna squawk altitude, and I'm gonna go up to. We'll go up to 12.5 on the altitude. Might take a little while to get up there. And yeah, let's remove this for now. Turn on the lane lights, nav lights, pitot heat, fuel pump. Well, I hate that fuel pump sound. Turn up some instrumentation a little bit here. I think we're ready to go. Yep, flaps, prop, all looks good. Let's do this. I'm gonna hit the start flight. I don't know if there's I should redo it. I don't know if there's an alias going on here. Oh, we're loaded. 5 assignments loaded. Let's do this. Parking brake coming off. Jackson Tower has cleared us for departure. Here we go. cleared us for intersection departure. A little bit of sound. Ooh, a little wobbly there. Yeah, there's 70. Let's rotate. And there we go.
Enjoy your flight.
Thank you. Very smooth frames right here. I'm telling you right now, this AMD PC is just, I'm just loving it. I mean, that is super smooth. Super smooth. Just wiggle wagging here. Claret 66, Captain Tony Stark. Now this is a 206. Yeah, this is a 206. Turbo. Over the Tetons. Okay. Let's bring back the torque a little bit here. I think I'm gonna climb on that heading right there. All right, let's see if the autopilot works. Sync up our heading bug, hit autopilot, go into heading mode, and we'll also do vertical speed. We'll go nose up. See right there, you can see we're gonna go try to climb up 500 feet per minute. Right there, you can see it right there, 500 feet per minute. There we go. It's the 1080 Ti. Yeah, Y says we are good to go. So, do you want to do it after this flight then, D-Monies? Or do you want to do it after the Mustang? The second flight. I'm open. It will take a little bit of time to configure. My call. Well, let's do it now. Can you do me a favor? Can you direct message me the 757 config file? And then I'm assuming that we're on the same 757 version. But yeah, can you direct message me on Discord the Smart Copilot config? Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, as you can see here, I can't go quite direct yet because of the terrain. So we're kind of off a little bit here, off of a direct line to Idaho Falls. I just don't want to turn toward that mountain right there. I think I can shoot for this clearance up here. The cool thing is if you can see here, we're maintaining 118 plus knots at a 500 foot per minute climb. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I might even nose up just a little bit more here. We'll try 700 feet and see if we can maintain at least 105, 110 knots. Jar's making a 340. Well, that'll be a nice addition since we don't have a 340 in the X-Plane world. Is there a Smart Copilot config for the 767? Yes, there is. I'm almost positive there is. I think so. D-Monies and I had a lot of problems with the last time we did the 757 Smart Copilot, but it was because we were using an ancient config file. So we'll get it squared away. We need to choose an airport, and D-Monies, I want to fly somewhere in the west, somewhere west of Denver. Anywhere west of Denver is what I would like to try. And the reason why is I've pretty much, the entire P3D simulator is on solid state drive. But X-Plane is all on solid state drive except for orthophoto that is east of Denver. I just didn't have enough SSD room. So, there you go. Ant Malt, what's that? I can't click on it because that link's on the chat's on an iPad. You broke down yesterday and got the 767? Hey, I think that's not a bad idea. Aircraft really doesn't want to perform. Which aircraft? No, yeah, you're right, Dang Driver. I haven't updated the specs, but if you type exclamation specs, you'll see the yeah, exclamation specs. But you're right, I didn't. I keep meaning to, and then I get distracted. We're rocking our Delta Airlines mug today. I think we're okay at this angle. Man, look at those frames. That just seems really smooth to me. All right, once we pass this mountain peak off to our right here, then we'll go direct. This plane in the sim doesn't want to perform. Air must be thin. We're up pretty high. We're at 10,000 feet. In fact, that reminds me, I need to lean a little bit probably. I'm gonna peak. I guess I'd peak the. There's no EGT gauge, but I can peak the TIT, I guess. There we go. Yeah, right in there.
Yo, John Fly, acknowledge the follower.
We got a follower. We got a follower there. Connor Flies Planes with the follow. Thank you. I don't know why it blanks those names out sometimes. I'm going to have to maybe change the background. But welcome aboard. All right, now we're going to go direct. So we'll come down here. We'll move over here to the MFD. I'm going to make that the Control 9 view. So now I can go 5 or 9. And I'm going to hit the direct button. And I'm going to hit activate. And then back over here. And then I'm going to hit the nav button. And then I'm going to change the CDI to GPS. Boom, there we go. Plane's a-turning. Uh-oh. Does this plane not have, oh, I may have rented a plane that doesn't have, GPS. I think I did. Alright, well, we'll just do the manual old heading way. In fact, we're 45 miles away. I don't think I need... I'm going to go ahead and start to descend here. So I'm going to set up my altitude for 8.5, and we're going to go nose down. We'll go down at 500 feet per minute here. And according to this, we go on a heading of 262 to Idaho Falls. Yep, I must have rented. Yep. I do have verticals, Spokane. Yep. Spokane. Don't call it Spokane. Call it Spokane. We could do Reno to Spokane. Let's do it. Sounds good. You want to pull up a route on SimBrief? You'd prefer Flight Factor to do a 340? Yeah, I think they're pretty busy though with the 350, and also because they're in partnership with Tolis, right, for the 350. Yeah. Chili XX, how old am I? I am old. I am old. In 2 years, I will be the same name of an NFL team. In 2 years, I will be the same name as an NFL team. Puff MTD, good morning. Aquafunk, good morning. Just a pup. By the way, did you notice the new haircut? Right Girl gave that haircut to me. Nice PC build. I did my first Twitch stream Friday. Did okay with my headset mic. Oh, cool. Well, welcome, welcome. I'm a saint. Cajun Cacti. No. I was talking about my age. My age. In 2 years, I'll be the same age as an NFL team name. I've always maintained that you are not old until you measure your age with 3 digits. That's not a bad philosophy, Inchworm. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Ant Malt. Yeah. You know, Ant Malt, I would say in 2015, 2016, JAR was the Airbus, the go-to. Everyone was flying the JAR 320 and 330. It was the best thing out there in 2015, 2016. I can't remember exactly when the Fly Factor came out, and I don't recall the release date for the Tolus, but back in the day, that was it. Do I run LSPDFR through Rage plugin? What is that? I used to do LSPDFR with Virus City. That was fun. All right, we got 37 miles to go, boys. 50 frames, 55 frames, 54, 49, 55. And inside we're getting 49, 50 frames. And I actually think we're V-syncing it. So I actually think we're limiting the frames to 60, half the hertz. I think we are V-syncing it, but it's pretty dang smooth. I mean, look at that. I don't think I've had a smoother X-Plane in my life. So those naysayers, those AMD naysayers, listen up, boys. The new gaming CPU is here, and it's not even optimized for single-threaded optimization. So, yeah, I've played LSPDFR. I just didn't know what the Through Rage plugin was. You flew from JFK to San Juan? Very nice. Hope you had a good time, 17 Camaro. He might have me confused with Jay Faviano. Yeah, he's the GTA man. Wow, we're doing 187 across the ground right now. 187 ground speed. 163 indicated. 32 miles to go. Hello. Hello. I've actually flown in one of these in the real world. Yeah, I did a flight out of Oakland, and we flew up to Napa Valley, and I flew right seat. It was pretty cool. That was a fun flight for PowerSet. Yeah, we flew PowerSet last night. I downloaded a bunch of deliveries, and maybe I'll fly PowerSet for this this flight with D-Monies. We're gonna do shared cockpit here in the 757. I might even jump online. I don't know. We should probably test again first. Is this aircraft complex or no? Well, Nick, for complex you need to have retractable gear, so no. It might be high performance because it's a turbo, but for complex it has to have retractable gear. And this does not have retractable gear. It's a good looking plane though. No, I didn't fly the 206 with Gibbs. I've flown in a 172 with Josh. And we flew all over San Diego. It was a good time. Yeah, it was a really good time. I timed out my login for Vertical's website. Couldn't remember password trying to buy it. Okay. New web browser. New password. Oh, you're on a limit because for security. Sphero 152. Good evening. At least in the EASA area, you need an endorsement controllable propeller. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, so if it has a prop handle. I'm just the CPU, Andrew. Yeah, just the 3900X Ryzen 9. If you type in exclamation specs, you'll see the motherboard and CPU and all the different parts that I'm using. But 50 plus frames while streaming on the same PC. Alt F8. Too bad those AMD cards don't do as well with X-Plane. I'm curious how the 5700 XT does with X-Plane. It would be interesting because, you know, X-Plane, I don't think the bottleneck is with GPUs. I think the bottleneck is with CPUs. Now, that could change. I mean, I think Vulkan is probably going to take... Wouldn't Vulkan take a little bit more advantage of the GPU? I think with Vulkan, you're still going to be single-threaded. But I think Vulkan will take advantage of some of the GPU power, but I'm not sure. 3900X is a bit of a monster from what I heard. Yeah, I was tempted to get the 3950, but then I thought, you know what? For the performance gain, I don't need to spend the extra $350. I'll just go with the 3900X. So I'm really pleased. I'm going from an i7 8086. So is the 5700 not working well in X-Plane Serious Gamer? Okay. Well, the 1080 Ti sure is playing nicely right now. All right, we're 20 miles out from Idaho Falls. I think I'm just going to shoot the visual approach. The 1650 gets better FPS. Yeah, I heard there's a couple of 1660 KOs that actually have the chipset from a 2080. I heard the 1660 KOs, a few of the SKUs had 2080 chipsets that just didn't make the cut, I think. Vulkan will definitely help the GPU offloading some things to CPU threads. All right, well, that's awesome. Desert Fox, how are you? Nick's going to do some FSE flying. Are you current on the Snak Air roster? That reminds me. I think I forgot to fly for Snak Air. Dang it. Maybe I did. Yes, I did. Whew. Being flown for Snak Air. Good. Got scared there for a second. I hate when I forget to fly for the group. If Rep gets added to this bird you're in, Alt F8. Yeah, Rep. I don't know if Rep will be added to this one or not. It certainly is working well with my G1000 hardware. All right, pattern altitude at Idaho Falls. Can someone look up pattern altitude for me for KIDA? Because I'm lazy. I'm going to descend down to 6,500. Go vertical speed, nose down. We'll go down at 700 feet per minute. I'm going to pull back the power a little bit. You have an 8700K and X-Plane 11 only uses 25% of it. Yeah. Yeah. But yet, the even when it's using 25% of it, are you getting okay frames? Oh yeah, you'd know if you were on the Snak Air roster. Yeah, you would know because you can't get in it right now. You can't even get a spot in Snak Air's roster right now. There's a waiting list to get in. It's so there's people that are literally virtually camped out in line for months to get onto the Snak Air roster. So don't even think about trying because that tent life it's a little bit sketchy. The way the AMD designs their OpenGL part of the driver, if we see a bit of focus, NVIDIA went the opposite direction, but that's just what. Yeah. Well, I'm happy that years ago I bought two 1080 Ti's and for two different systems, and I'm completely happy with 1080 Ti's. Yeah. Yeah, the roster's full right now, Nick. Yep. We keep around 100 pilots on the roster, and right now I think there's what 6 or 7 on the 6 or 7 on the waiting list. They can't get in this month. It's locked hard. All right, 10 miles out. You're in cruise right now with Ortho 4XP, Fly Factor 320, 30 to 40. I haven't flown the Fly Factor 320 in a long time. I should update that and fly that bad boy. Update it and fly that bad boy. I'm yawning. Oh. We're going to stop at 6,500 for a moment. We're 7 miles out. Where's my airport? Oh, I'm a little bit off. The airport's actually over that way. Actually, no, we can stay on this direction because we'll fly a base leg. There's a train over there. That's cool. All right, nose down. Let's go altitude select. Okay, bringing the power back. Can you finance a plane at FSE? Of course. Yeah. Yep, we financed Jackson Hole. $8.5 million loan. Limbless Dwarf, good morning. Yeah, I don't know what those sounds were. I don't know what that sound was actually. One thing I didn't get going is the Sim Toolkit Pro. Okay, bringing the power way back. I'm trying to figure out, is that X-Plane sound? Yeah, it is. The heading knob there. Any plane that is bank owned, you can finance? No. You have to borrow money from a lending institution. You can't actually borrow money from the Bank of FSE. But you can borrow money from other people, and then you buy the plane from the bank with the borrowed money, if that makes sense. All right, autopilot off. Oh my gosh, that is loud. 136 and Bush covers code 3. Beautiful ortho photo. Snak Air also owns Idaho Falls, so we own this airport. How do you take out a loan? You contact a lending institution. Yeah, in fact, if I would just do a Google search for FS Economy loans, and you'll come up with several. I use Hawkeye. Hawkeye. You can do a Google search for Hawkeye Flight Services. I think it's Hawkeye Flight Services. They've been really good to us. Yeah. A little bit of a bounce. And we're down. That's sound. Lost a little bit of the outside sound. I guess the landing rate was 100 on the nose. Oh no, not quite, not on the nose. 100.53. I think did we have one guess or two? All right, flaps coming up. I thought I had Turbulent Designs Idaho Falls, but I can't tell if this is Turbulent.
Yo, John Fly. Acknowledge the follower.
Mick Mick Burr, 181 with the follow. Thank you. You just installed a new 2060. It does way better than my old AMD 580. That's a good card. Yeah. Yeah, Capital Aircraft Finance is one of them. Yeah. I have heard of them. I prefer Hawkeye, but then again, I'm paid to say that. No, just kidding. All right, flaps coming up. Let's go over here and park at the hangar and let's make some money. Get our cash payment. Nope, this isn't the Payware Idaho Falls. So I wonder what happened to my Idaho Falls. I'm gonna have to re-download it. Because this is definitely a generic.
Yo, John Fly.
We got another follow. XXM Tactical. X, welcome aboard.
Thank you for flying. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Rich, how you doing? Whoop. All right. I need to... How come it's not showing the log? Let's go take a look at the log. I'm going to put on my dark reader. Plug in for Chrome. Just because if not, it'll reflect. Look at that. Dark reader for FS economy. Okay, let's go to logs, Snak Air. Last flight was 37:05 in income, 26-minute flight. Rental on the aircraft was $87. Fuel was 25. Ground crew fee of $370. Distance bonus negative 2480. Earnings this flight $31.97. 1717 going to Snak Air. 1480 going to Pilot. Dark reader's good. Yep, I like the dark.